With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hi, the question is column 2 gives some equation. In this equation, x is distance, t is time, and m is mass. V velocity, u initial velocity, and f is the force. Match the statement in column 1 to the equation in column 2. Clear? Now, if you talk about the first equation in the column 2, then the p part it is given that this f is equal to this is equal to ax and plus c and divided by, we can see, a t square plus bx square is given. This clear? So from here we can see that this dimension of ax should be equal to dimension of c. Clear? And the dimension of this a t square should be equal to the dimension of bx square. This should be equal. Clear? Now from here we can see that coefficient of in this part, coefficient of a is what? X, and the coefficient of this here is the t square. So from here we can see that this dimension of a is not same from here and here. Clear? So we can see that this is the dimensionally incorrect. So here we can write this is the dimensionally incorrect. Dimensionally incorrect we can write. Clear? This is what dimensionally incorrect. Clear? So we can match with this part with the p part. Clear? D part with the this part. Now coming to the next part of this question. So next part is what? Q part we can write. Clear? So this part, in this part we can see that this v is equal to given, v is equal to, and this is equal to given a by b and e to the power a by b. This clear? So from here we can see that a by b dimension is the same as the this. The unit of the a by b should be same as the this v. So from here we can see that a by b unit or dimension is the same as the dimension of the v. Clear? Now, and from this part we can write this a and b is the dimensionless. Clear? And from this part we can write, from this part we can see from here we can see that this a by b dimensionless. So we can see from here this means dimension of a should be equal to, so dimension of v. So from here we can see that dimension of a should be equal to the dimension of b. From here we can write, but here we can see that dimension of a by b is equal to what? Dimension of a by b is equal to what? Dimension of this dimension of the velocity, and that is equal to velocity dimension is what? L, and t minus 1 is this. So this can be written as a by b is equal to, we can write written as m0 L and t minus 1. This clear? So from here we can see that this a and b, from here it is clear that dimension of a and a by b equal to this from here, but here it is written that dimension of a should be equal to dimension of b. So it is also not possible. So from here it is clear that we can also say that this is also dimensionally incorrect. So we can write this is also dimensionally incorrect. Clear? So this is equal to, we can write dimensionally incorrect. Clear? This is also dimensionally incorrect. Clear? Now we can also match with this part, this q part we can match with the d part. Clear? Now coming to the next part of this question. So next part, it is given that this vb plus x and a square and divided by t square. So here it is given that in the r part is given that this vb and plus x and divided by a square and plus t square, and this should be equal to constant. Clear? Now from here we can see the dimension of the vb should be equal to the dimension of this x. So from here we can see that dimension of the vb should be equal to the dimension of x. Clear? So from here we can find the dimension of the b we can find. So here we can see that dimension of b is what? Velocity. So dimension of the b we can write, and this is equal to dimension of x, that is equal to L, and this dimension of the v is a meter per second. So this is equal to, we can write L minus 1 we can write, and we can write T. So this is equal to L minus 1 and T we can write this. Clear? T1 we can write. So from here we can see that this dimension of B is equal to M0 and L0 and T we can write. Clear? So T we can write, T1 we can write. So this is the dimension of the B. Clear? Now from here we can see that dimension of the A is what? Equal to T. From here we can see that from denominator parts we can see that dimension of the A should be equal to the dimension of T. So dimension of A is equal to dimension of T, because A square equal to T square. So this is equal to T we can write, and this is equal to dimension of A is equal to we can write M0 and L0 and T we can write. Clear? So from here we can see that dimension of A and B is the same, and this is equal to M0, L0 and T1. So this part we can match with this. Dimension of A and B is the same. Yes, dimension of A and B is the same, and this is also equal to this. This is also equal to dimension of B is also equal to this M0, L0 and T1. Clear? Now coming to the next part of this question. So next part of this question, in the S part, it is given that this is equal to, we can see from here. Yes. So V is equal to A square divided by B, and sine A by U plus X by UT. So from here we can see that this is equal to, V is equal to, in the S part we can see V is equal to A square by B. This is what? A square divided by B, and this is what? Sine A by U, and plus this is equal to X by TU is given. Clear? TU is given. So from here we can see that dimension of A square and divided by B, A square by B is equal to the dimension of the V. So dimension of A square and divided by B should be equal to the dimension of this, dimension of the V, and this is equal to, from here we can see that this is equal to, and dimension of A is equal to, and from here we can see that this dimension of this part and dimension of this part should be same, and this should be equal to also constant. So dimension of, from here we can see that from this part, from theta part we can see that, from angle part we can see that dimension of A should be equal to the dimension of U. Clear? Now dimension of A should be equal to dimension of U. So this is equal to, A is equal to, we can write M0, L and T minus 1. So this is the dimension of A, we can see that. Clear? Now from here we can write the dimension of B. Clear? So dimension of A is this. So A square by B. So dimension of B is equal to, from here we can write this is equal to A square and divided by V we can write. Clear? So A square from here we can see that, from here this is equal to, A square means what? This L square and T minus 2. So here is what? L square and T minus 2 we can write, and divide by V. V is what? We can write L and T minus 1 we can write. V is what? L minus 1. So we can write from here this is equal to L minus 1 we can write. Clear? So this we have to solve this, and we can find the dimension of the B. So dimension of B is equal to, from here we can write this is equal to, we can see from here, L and T minus 1, this. So this is the dimension of the B, we can see from here. So this can be also written as, M0 and L and T minus 1 we can write. Clear? So this is the dimension of B. So from here we can also see the dimension of A and B is the equal. Clear? And this is equal to M0 LT minus 1. So dimension of A and B is equal, and this is equal to M0 LT minus 1. So we can see from the options, we can see that this dimension of A and B is the equal, so we can match with this. Dimension of A and B is equal, and it is also equal to, we can see from here. Yes, so dimension of A is equal, and it is equal to M0 LT minus 1. Yes, so M0 LT minus 1. So we can say that in this case only we can say that A and B is the equal. Clear? So this is equal. Yes, so we can match with this part. We can see from here. Yes, so we can match with this part, this A part. Dimension of A and B is the same. Clear? Now coming to the last part of this question. So last part of this question is what? F equal to A by B and A to the power minus MV by A. So we can see that in this question it is given that F equal to A by B and A to the power MV by A. So we can write this, F is equal to in the last part it is given that in the T part it is given that f is equal to a by b and e to the power minus mv, and divided by, we can write this is equal to a. Clear this? So from here we can say the dimension of a by b should be equal to the dimension of the force. So dimension of a by b should be equal to the dimension of the force. Clear? And the dimension of force is what? ml t minus 2. So a by b dimension should be equal to ml and t minus 2. This. Clear? Now from here we can say the dimension of a should be equal to the dimension of this, because this is e to the power this. So e to the power this is what? This is the dimensionless quantity. So we can see the dimension of this. From here we can write this dimension of a should be equal to the dimension of mv. So dimension of mv, we can write m is what? Mass, and v is what? lt minus 1. This. So this is the dimension of a. Clear? Now we have to find the dimension of b. So how we can find the dimension of b? Dimension we can find from here. B is equal to, we can write a by this. So dimension of a is what? M, L and t minus 1, divided by, we can write this is equal to ml t minus 2. M, L and t minus 2 we can write. Clear? So from here we can write dimension of b, we can write. So dimension of b is what? We can write dimension of b is equal to, we can write from here, m0, l0 and t minus 1. This. So we can see from here this. So we can match this part. Dimension of a is what? ml t minus 1, and dimension of b is what? m0, l0 and t minus 1. So dimension of a is this and dimension of b is this. So we can see in the option. So dimension of a is this. Yes. So dimension of a is, we can see ml t minus 1. This is the dimension of a, we can write. Clear? And the dimension of b, we can see this is equal to m0, l0 and t minus 1. This. So we can match with this part. Clear? This part. Clear? Hope this answered your question. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.